This is my 9th year, so I would be a super senior.
Yeah. We have the least amount of experience here as a team, so we'll see how it goes.
Hello, America. And curling against Michaela's Marauders with the Red Rocks. Looks like Holy Sheets is sitting 2. So it's like Michaela's Marauders has the rock. That's their shot. And I know we're having some bandwidth problems. We're working to try and get that addressed or addressed, depending on how you pronounce words this morning. We tested it last night. Everything seemed fine, and so it's good to have a plan B apparently. And so now Marauders. I think Marauders are going to try and hit and roll, perhaps. As the broom is down. So, looks like a chance for 2 for Holy Sheets. As Josh has the rock underway. Last rock here in the second end. Looking for a draw. Want to make sure it stays. Okay, it's over curling now. So looking for a plan B to raise the yellow into the house. Is it going to get there? Is it enough? And the answer is no. So it's going to be a single point for this tool. And by endgame curling. Makers of the travel handle divides into 3 for convenient storage in a carry-on bag. Endgamecurling.com. So rocks in play. We are underway here in the third end. There's no breaks like there would be at a playdown, so we don't get the time off that we normally would, or the time between ends. And it looks like Holy Sheets put up a high guard. I like to call it a snoop guard for silly reasons. As we see the lead for Michaela's Marauders push out from the right hat forms on the ice. As we see that's just Josh that threw the stone. So that would be Josh. I'm going to try to read the names on the back of the jerseys. Although they are wearing, the jerseys kind of make the names hard to read. They drew in top of the house, Holy Sheets yellow that was just put up. And the skip was waving her off. Oh, got a little hit and roll, so it's probably a good plan B there. And I guess also with curling, you're always looking for a good plan B. We are broadcasting today from the Curl Vegas Club, just east of the famous Strip. As we see the second 4 holy sheets get set. This is a 4-club venue, and all sheets are being streamed. Broom, which is not entirely uncommon. The stips usually stips usually hold the broom. Michaela threw last, so she's at least 4th. And I know it seems like we're still having some bandwidth problems, so definitely we'll try to address this as best as we can. As you see the netstone coming for holy sheets. And looking to make contact on the yellow that was just put up. Looks like they will not get there. So Skylar has the broom down to take on the reds in the rings. And they're trying to talk about which eyes to take. As we see the third, the vise for holy sheets get set. That would be Cam St. Louis. Oh, that is Michaela. All right. Michaela is skipping. I'm sorry. It's the first draw. There's some bugs that we're working on. Looking to peel out the yellow. Looks like they made some contact on the yellow, but just enough to tap it. And actually, they lost a shooter. So this is now a situation where holy sheets can tap out the red and be sitting 3 or 4. So this is a dangerous, dangerous position for Michaela's Marauders. The broom on the right edge of the 12-foot, and looks like one of holy sheets that may have kicked one of their own stones that was not moving, and so they're just resetting it. So those are a good draw, but it looked like 7 feet of curl. That's dedicated ice for you. So this is an interesting matchup regarding the ice types. As we have Lake Tahoe Epic Curling, they are a 2 sheets venue out of State Line, Nevada. And then we have Holy Sheets, which curls out of the Oval Curling Club. Actually, the Utah Olympic Oval is the facility. So, tricky situation here because I don't think if the curl is successful, they'll protect shot stone, but it leaves open the possibility of tapping the red back. As Skylar's shot is away. Sweepers jump on it early. As Cam jumps out to help too. And at the end break, I'll let you guys know what's happening with the other sheets in play. But we are streaming all of the games. You're tuned to the feature sheets on the MoPac YouTube channel. And then we also have all the games being streamed at the Curl Vegas YouTube channel. So we do have a lot of curling this weekend, and I think this is probably the most curling we've had for a 5 and under, which is pretty awesome. So the hit was on, and it does open things up. It also spills a yellow. Oh, it just moves the yellow around a little bit. So they're looking about where to put their stone. And so this is not an ideal situation for Holy Sheets. It does give Michaela's Marauders a nose hit for 2, which is where the broom is down for Michaela. Last rock here, the hammer, taking on team B-Sicker of Denver. It's all B-Sicker right now. 4-0 in the third end here. Sheet B features team NE of San Francisco, Bay Area, and Pittsburgh. And taking on CCMF of Lone Star, and it looks like Nia stole the first 2 ends to take a 4-0 lead. And coverage of this game is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. Unlock the next level with Endgame's leading edge curling brooms and accessories. Endgame Curling. So we see lead rock, the second stone coming from Judy. Play has been it's like it dug in there or kind of started to curl really hard right by the hog line. And it will tap, but actually no, it was more of a freeze. It's something that Holy Sheets could use later in the end. There's also no timeouts. As we see, they have a chance to go to the U.S. National Championships 4, 5 and under, or the 5U Nationals as we like to call it. And that would be for the winner of this event, provided that they haven't already qualified. So looking to hold the line here. This looks pretty good. It's going to make some oh, what happened there? As Michaela swoops to the back 8 foot. I think it may have curled on top of the yellow on the left side. As you see Bill get set. Looks like all the curlers for Michaela's Marauders have headgear. Safety is always important. See Josh Vincent with his net stone. This is going to move some rocks around. Ooh, that was pretty good. So tapped the yellow onto the reds and got both of the reds moving, which was a really good outcome for Holy Sheets. As the net stone for Michaela's Marauders, that would be Ben Schaefer. And this one kind of went sideways. It does hit and roll in. And that was also another good shot. And this also is going sideways, and we'll tap the red up slightly, but not enough to change what's developing in the center of the rings. So it looks like Michaela is just asking for some cleanup. With Ben's second stone. And this is going sideways too. So we're seeing a lot of curl towards the window as the rock will go through the house out of play. So we're seeing some curl towards the walkway, but we're seeing a lot of curl, or perhaps even fall, shall we say, towards the windows. So Skylar has the broom down for Cam. I don't know if that might be burned by a sweeper. The sweeper has to put the dollar in. And then at the end of the weekend, we divide up the pots, give one half of the jackpot to the team with the for the hogged rocks, and then we give another half of the jackpots to the to someone who burned a rock. So situation now is looks like Michaela's Marauders is sitting 1, maybe 2, as she gets set for her first. It looks like they're going to put up a guard. That's my guess. Hairstone's away. Maybe a little tight. Supers are going for line and weight, I would guess. And it does clip the yellow. It just 2 yellows moving. So now Marauders are definitely sitting 2. But it does open up the path to the button, and that is what Holy Sheets is going to go for, to try to hold the line, because it over curls at that point and goes right between the reds and settles in the back 12 foot. So I don't know if shipping would have made a difference, but you can see how it over curled there. So some teams have already qualified for nationals. I believe Team Ni or Nye. I'll double check this. How do you pronounce that name? As we see Michaela's second stone head down the ice. And this looks pretty good. They're just looking for a guard. They don't have the hammer, so they're just looking to make it hard for Holy Sheets to score multiple points. And this curled, it was a little heavy. Settles in the back 4 foot back button area. So it doesn't close the door. It does eliminate the chances of Holy Sheets to score multiple points, as Skylar basically just has a draw for 1 with his last shot. The hammer coming here in the fourth end. This looks a little hot. So as they get set for the start of this next end, just another friendly reminder that coverage of this event is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com and by curling.gg, as well as Endgame Curling. So rocks in play, we are underway here, as it looks like Holy Sheets puts up a guard, and they had to go look to see that it was still in play. And it is. Doesn't cover much though. As we see the broom down for the lead of Michaela's Marauders. We are not doing pool play this event. We have, and then the team that loses will go down and play 8 a.m. tomorrow. I apologize. They will go. Okay, so I was looking at the wrong part of the grid. I'm on the wrong side of the bracket. So the winner of this game will play tonight at 7 p.m. Taking on the winner of Sweeping It Real or Team Ish. And then the team that falls will they'll play this afternoon at 4:30 p.m. To take on the team that loses, either Sweeping It Real or Team Ish. So. But the philosophy for the 5 and under was always kind of to expose newer curlers to what many view as a very foundational element of the sport, and that is traveling to tournaments and just really immersing yourself in the curling culture for a weekend at a time, including the games and the social aspects of it and stuff. And there's always kind of a debate about like what should prevail, the social aspect or the competitive aspect, or a little. Supers were waved off and looking to draw. It was just they were waved off, and for good reason, because that rock was a little heavy. It settles in the top 4 foot. And that looks to be shot stone. So Bill gets set. And I think looking to make contact with this yellow shot stone. This is tight to the guard though, so I might be looking for a plan B. Hits the red onto the yellow, and then we'll roll on top of the yellow shot stone. So not a bad outcome. Now let's look at it again. Tight to the guard though, so I might be looking for a plan B. Hits the red onto the yellow, and then we'll roll on top of the yellow shot stone. So not a bad outcome for Bill and Michaela's Marauders. And just the other thing that's kind of fun about an event like the 5 and under is that teams do kind of the jokey team names that is pretty common in a lot of the leagues, as opposed to the more professional like Team Self or Team Aubergenois. The teams that go to playdowns give us bios, and I don't have bios for this event, so I'm just winging it. So that shot was made, hits the red onto yellow, and the yellow goes away. And so it looks like Skylar's asking for a takeout. It might be a little tight, as we've seen the rocks are curling towards the boards, or towards the walkway. Sweepers jump on it early, and then they were off. Let's see where it ends up. Oh gosh. Ended up crashing the guard on the wing and ran in towards the shot stone. So it just opens things up a lot. Just rid of one of the reds. And that seems like that would be a good call. They don't have the hammer. Marauders have the hammer here in this fifth end. So looks like the broom is down for the draw. That's a lot of ice. If we're following my theory that it's not curling as much towards the walkway. So it looks like they're trying to push it over a little bit. Also going for weights. Settles in the top 12 foot. So it didn't curl as much, although it curled more than I was thinking it could or would. So it was down. Michaela gave it a little add at the end. Let's see if it will make the difference. This could be, it's heavy, especially with her ad. And it's going to miss everything, unfortunately. So now, Holy Sheets has a couple options, including the shot that I might not see. I think they are going to try to draw. Looks like they're calling for about the same ice as before. I would have gotten a little tighter. This is they're trying to push it over. This could be good. No. Well, it's not bad. So it does raise the yellow that I thought was a possibility. It raises it to outcount the red on the right. So now it's Marauder sitting 1. And I've watched a decent amount of games on Tahoe ice. In Tahoe ice, it's dedicated, but it's not necessarily as speedy as we're seeing here. And so this is going to hit and roll to the back 8 foot, 12 foot. And it looks like it's just a score of 1. So, a draw for 2, and it's just a little heavy. There wasn't any backing on that side. So light would have also probably been the other option, or the miss, excuse me, as it were. So Marauders will draw up 4-2. Super close game, and definitely glad that people have tuned in. At least I hope people have tuned in. So looks like Holy Shears wants to draw on top of the rock and the rings. As Josh gets sets. Holy Sheets is the lesser experienced team on this this draw. They have 8 years of experience. They all started as a group. As a fun fact, I taught their learn to curl. I don't necessarily remember a lot about teaching them their learn to curl, but they remembered, so that's nice. So they have 8 years of experience, and then Michaela's Marauders has 11. So they're both pretty well matched. It's not like a totally new rookie team taking on 16-year veterans. And then the shooter's going to roll wide right just a little bit. So we hope you'll join us at 10:30 Pacific for our second draw. Our feature coverage will be sweeping it real, taking out Team Ish. That's ISH, Team Ish. And sweeping it real hails from Silicon Valley. And then Team Ish is from Coyotes. So that's coming up at 10:30 Pacific on the MoPac YouTube channel. And all sheets, all games will be also streaming static, not the feature commentary, on the Curl Vegas YouTube channel. So.
Lots of info in there. Photos also in there. New announcements for the next round that we set out there. So be ready for places to come and patio.
This is over curling a bit. It's trying to make contact on the yellow shot stone and clear it. So that was a good shot from Bill. Does settle on top. The yellow shot stone. Looks like Bill is being asked to throw some heat. Just both yellows moving. The shot yellow will go through the house out of play. And the shooter's going to roll wide right. So it looks like Holy Sheets is going to hit and roll. Get rid of one or Ben Schaefer. Looking to tap the yellow out and be sitting 3 when it's all said and done. And that's a mission accomplished, and now Holy Sheets has some work to do. Broom is down to try and take out some of those reds. The concern is that it curls a decent. It's still curling a decent amount, even towards the boards. Although they're asking for it to go towards the windows. So, just thinking like, to the windows, to the wall. So as we see, Cam's first shot definitely needs to make sure they hold the line here. And it is over curling. They're trying to hold on. And yeah, it just curled too much. Sheets, the line to take. They're still looking for cleanup. This is a situation where they need rocks in play. But I also understand the desire to get rid of red rocks as well for Holy Sheets. But this is also, you can see it broke by the Curl Vegas logo. So they're going to get one of the reds to go away. And that's it. And then the shooter will kind of nestle in kind of next to the outside red on the right. So that was a good outcome. That was a good shot, and I definitely understand where they're coming from on that. Clear the yellow if they can. And just clears one of the reds.
We'll set here. Yeah.
Marauders are sitting 1. As they talk over the strategy.
Oh, I just thought they said they did.
So the broom is down. This is dangerous. Where they have the broom, they don't. So Marauders, they don't have the hammer. They're sitting shot. But if Holy Sheets gets rid of that shot red, Holy Sheets can score 2 or 3. As Michaela's last rock is away here. And I say this is dangerous because if they make contact the wrong way, it could set up the opportunity for Holy Sheets to get that multiple point score. So, and that does kind of open the door there. So now the question is how Holy Sheets can get multiple points now. Needs a good contact to get that second point or third point. Sweepers are on it. Need to hold the line. It's really curling now. Ooh. So it over curled on them. So now the question is it 1 or is it 2? So they're moving one of the rocks away. We need a measure on C. I'm curious about what's going on there. So we have one of the ice officials heading out on the ice. This looks like an ice tech actually, which a neutral party is still totally fine. They're using a laser measure, which is the second most exciting measure in sport. The most exciting measure in sport, of course, is the the pressure gauge that we use, the measuring stick. So it looks like the measure is a moment. Moves the stone off the center line, like into the house or otherwise, it's a penalty, and then the non-offending team has a choice to either leave the rocks as they played out, or to reset the stones, remove the offending stone and reset the guard. So that's the no-tip rule. It's been in effect for about 2 or 3 years.
Are they on their last stand? No, they're on their
This game will go a full 8 if it continues. So when we ring the bell, teams a game will finish the end they're currently playing, and then finish the subsequent end. So this game will go 8 unless there's early concessions. And this draw looks pretty good, maybe a little heavy, as it's going to go through the house out of play. So that was a decent draw. As we see the next draw coming from Holy Sheets, and John Vincent. Let's see where this rock ends up. Looks like it kisses the yellow and then rolls back onto the red. And let me show you what I'm seeing. So it looks like they want to make contact, and so just as the note here, remember it's curling a lot more away or towards the windows, and so this is going to make contact on the red. It looks like maybe peel it. It does open it up a little bit, and the shooter is going to hit the boards and go out of play. So dangerous situation developing for Marauders. Holy Sheets is kind of in a jam. Well, dangerous for Holy Sheets. It's pretty good for Marauders. So, next draw coming from the third for Marauders. That would be, again, Ben Schaefer. And I think they want to make contact on the yellow in the top of the house. It does tap the yellow, and it. So this was wide. Maybe the weight, or it was just wide out of the line. Not quite sure. Broom came off. The broom head came off. So Marauders is sitting 2 and looking to draw in and put another one in as Schaefer throws his next. And then guard's not a bad outcome. And this is looking pretty good. Actually, it's going to tap the red. It actually sits right on top of the red. All right, so not a bad outcome. It doesn't help them that much, though. As we see that Marauders are still sitting 2, and then there's a yellow that's on the 8-foot ring that is really a saving grace for Holy Sheets right now. So we are to skip stones, looking to draw in, and then the shooter rolls to the back 12 foot. So Marauders, they want to score 2 here because this is the 7th end. They're likely not to have the hammer here in the 8th end. So in a one point lead doesn't do them that much. It does help a bit, statistically speaking. So the broom is down for a draw. I think think they want to be full 8 foot. This is my guess. I think they want to be in scoring position. But light would be the miss too, because they want to close the path down and possibly sitting a chance for score 2. Although they don't, yeah, and light's still the miss because they can still possibly draw on the other side. As Michaela's last rock is away. Not her last rock, it's her first. She has the hammer. This is a little heavy, as it does. Oh, it glances off the red up top, and it settles in. The shooter settles in the 8 foot, frozen. So Marauders are now they're sitting 2 again, as Holy Sheets takes a look at the rocks. So they're looking at some heat, which my tendency is to draw. there's more ways to get at these rocks and stuff. It's just if they miss though, then they have they're possibly doing up 2. But the reason for the call is to get rid of some of these counters for Marauders and hopefully be sitting shot. This is over curling a little bit, so they're going to get a little roll. Oh, it really dug in there. So, oh goodness. I say oh goodness because it's shot, but it's pretty exposed. And so now Michaela is just going to go at it and have a chance to score at least 2, 3 or more. So broom's down. Going for a hit for 3 or more. This is Michaela. The hammer here in the 7th end. Stransky shies away. It's curling. So they need to make sure they hold the line. Oh, and it crashes on the guard, over curled a bit. And just a oh darn snap there from Michaela. And so that's a steal of 1 for Holy Sheets. And so Marauders carries the hammer into the 8th end. And we're going to see what happens in just a moment when our coverage continues from the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. So as they get set, let's go around the rings. Looks like one of the games is off the ice. Three other games are still in play. And we are keeping track of scores at bondspieler.com. As we see the first rock underway. To update the scores, on sheet A, the contest between Team Coyote Wild of Coyotes taking on Team B Seeker of Denver and Billings. Coyote Wild got back into the game in a big way with a 6-ender in the 5th end. They are currently up 8-5. On sheet B, Team NE threw a shutout, 10-0 over CCMF. NE hails from San Francisco Bay Area and Pittsburgh, and then CCMF is a Lone Star team out of Texas, deep in the heart of Texas. I sing better than that usually. And then sheet C, our feature game, you saw that Team Holy Sheets out of Oval Curling of Utah stole the 7th end to take a 5-4 lead over Michaela's Marauders. out of Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. And then on sheet D, we have Team Hot Dish out of Wine Country up 6-4 over Team Escape Artists from OC Curling. And that draw from Marauders goes a little deep. So it's going to be interesting to see how this end shapes up. There's curling conventional wisdom, but with newer curlers, like sometimes the conventional wisdom goes out the window, just based on what each team can throw, their ability, and also, they might call strategy that's a little out of left field, just to see if it works or not. Sometimes. So it looks like they're drawing in with Josh's second stone here. So when you curl, you're kind of considering different strategies or different game plans. You might have an overall game plan, and then you would have a strategy for an end, and then you have a strategy for each individual shots. So curious about what each team's approach was to this end. As I was thinking, the team that's up still need to kind of be in steal mode. If teams are better at takeouts, they could also go for a takeout game, but then be ready to go into steal mode. Well, no, like takeouts. I'm thinking out loud. Takeouts only go so far. If you leave Marauders a chance to tie the game, obviously Marauders were taken. Also, if there's a tie, we do a single stone shootout. Each team throws a shot, and then measure the results, and that's how we resolve ties. There are no ties in this tournament. And then again, the winner of this game will advance, continue in the B bracket, the A bracket, the first bracket, and then the loser will go down into the second bracket. So, Skylar's looking at the situation of the rings, and the red is kind of frozen on top of the shot yellow. Kind of swung out there with the first stone from John. So yeah, it was wide and it didn't come back that much. So now Marauders has a chance to tap the red onto the yellow and sit 2 or 3, especially with the broom down for Bill Eccles. As we see the rock come down, they don't need a lot of weight. And it's going to tap the red onto yellow. Yellow's going to go through the house, out of play. That's a great shot there from Bill. And so now Holy Sheets is kind of going into cleanup mode. It's curling a decent amount, but it's going to hit, and then the shooter's going to just stick. So not a bad outcome, but that yellow's exposed. So Marauders can just kind of hit that out. Although she's opting to draw, which that also makes sense, as Marauders is sitting 2 right now, or Marauders are. Words are valuable. As we see Bill get set with his second stone here. And coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. Endgame Curling, elevating the standard for high performance brooms at endgamecurling.com. So we're going to be back at 10:30 Pacific for our second draw. And that will feature Sweeping It Real taking on Team Ish. And that'll be on the MoPac YouTube channel. All games will be streaming also on the Curl Vegas YouTube channel. So looking for some cleanup on the right side of the sheet here. Yeah, it looks not too bad. Okay, so not great. As it taps the yellow on the side, so it doesn't really get anything moving. It just kind of clutters at the front, but it's still Marauders sitting 1. As Ben Schaefer delivers his first. So it's light, and so it basically just kind of goes into that pile, jostles 2 of the yellows, including pushing one of the yellows into scoring position. And so now it's kind of a question about what Holy Sheets does, and I think they maybe would look to tap up or guard. The guard's kind of dangerous. I would tap up and sit a second stone, buried. There's also like where they're looking at, that yellow is pretty exposed on that right side. So Michaela could get to that if she needs to, which she will likely because it's shot right now. So the broom's down for Cam. That's a pretty smooth release there. That's good. I was a little worried about Wade. Now I'm worried about line. There's a guard. There's a high guard that's just kind of up there. And it does crash on the guard and then rolls towards the wing. So it does put up a guard kind of where Skylar is looking at it. But now also it opens up that shot on the wing that I said the Marauders are going to have to take on, and that is where Michaela has the broom down for Ben's second stone here. Looking for a takeout, looking probably for just a hack weight. So it over curls, it's going to hit the red, and just hits the red back through the house out of play. So now Holy Sheets is sitting 1, but there's a decent amount of red in the rings. And yeah, I was talking about maybe tapping the yellow back, and that's still a possibility, but there's also the risk of tapping the blue back. I'm tapping the red back. So the situation here for Holy Sheets is they're sitting 1, but that shut stone is open. It's behind the tee line, which is also why they might be looking at the top of the house. As the broom is down, for a draw, I would have. The options I think would be to try to tap the middle yellow back, or to guard or draw in front of the yellow shot stone. This is an interesting approach for Holy Sheets. So, okay, so they are trying to tap it back. It looks pretty close. It does tap it back. Now where does it stop? It's too heavy. It's going to go through the house, out of place. That was really close by Skylar. But that could be something that really changes the game here. So they're looking at, from Marauders, they're looking at that shot yellow, which makes sense. So the broom is down, going for the hit. And if they make the hit and stick, they'd be sitting 2, which would be the difference in the game. As Marauders are down 5-4 here in this last end. A single ties it, goes to a single shootout between the skip stones. 2 will win it outright. So the brooms are down. As Michaela Stransky gets set for her first.
You guys have been traveling everywhere.
Got some heat. Let's see if it's on target.
I've seen you like everywhere.
It's a little wide, but it's coming back now. They just need to clip it out. And they do clip it out. The shooter's going to roll to the left to stick around. So now Marauders are sitting 1. And so I think they want to do it like, I think Holy Sheets wants to do a very similar shot to their first skip stone. This is tricky because I think they would want to hit the red out. That's kind of my thought. So they hit the red out, then it forces Stransky to draw. As we see the last rock coming from Skylar here for Holy Sheets. This is wide though. It needs to come back. They need to be shot, or well, it's a tie game, and then they have a Marauders has a draw for the win, and that is the situation right now. That shot was wide and did not come back, and so now Marauders is sitting 1, holding the tie, and has a draw for the win here. They just need to touch full 12-foot. So also realizing that my broadcast position in front of it, closing the door might not be the best place. Apologies for that. So they're talking over their options, but they just basically need to draw and be full 8-foot, and they have the win. I guess the question is like how much ice they take. And there's a possible plan B where if it over curls onto the red, maybe they could get the red to roll into. No, that red would jam on the yellow in the top center. So that's not a thing. So Michaela Stransky getting set in the hat for her last rock here, the hammer, holding a tie right now, which would force a shootout. And if she makes this shot, they will secure the win and continue in the first bracket. The loser of this game drops down into the B bracket. But here we go. This is Michaela with a draw for the win. Good release there. Sweepers are out. They don't want it to over curl. That's the other concern. Now the question is, it too heavy? As Eccles, Judy kind of pushed her husband off the broom, or Bill. It was too heavy, unfortunately. So we are going to go to a shootout as Michaela's Marauders ties it in the 8th. And we are going to go to the shootout. Each team will throw a single rock, and then they'll measure it, and whoever's closer wins the game.
But they're getting a
So,
I think. Howdy, buddy. Hit it. Hug.
so pretty fascinating situation here. There's no overtime, as you might see in some other sport. Well, in some other curling tournaments, as they take the rocks down the ice. Just a reminder, while I have you guys, that this broadcast is presented by authority of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association. So we are to shootouts, 1 stone each. Usually the team that scores last throws first, and that should be the case here as teams are hustling down the way. And so it's you can sweep your stone, you can't sweep the opponent's stone. And so the whole ice is available for shots. Looking for a draw. Michaela's holding the broom, so she's not going to throw the weight. She's going to ask Ben to do it, and his shot's away. So they're banking on about 4 feet of curl, and we my theory was that the ice is maybe curling a bit more than that towards the windows. But this also looks a little heavy. So it needs to sit down. Okay, it settles. Okay, so they're seeing about 4 feet. And that settles in the top 4 foot. That's a really good shot there from Michaela's Marauders, and the 3rd, Ben Schaefer. So a quick measure, and we are underway. The broom is down for Holy Sheets. Sweepers jumped on it early.
Sometimes like says
as Styler threw that rock, and Sweepers are on it. They need to get to the full. It needs to basically touch the button to have a chance, and it's not going to get there. So it's going to be handshakes as Michaela's Marauders steals the win, 6-5, make the final. So that was an exciting first game. Very glad for people who tuned in. Definitely appreciate it. We'll be back at 10:30 a.m. for our next feature game, which will be Team Ish facing Sweeping It Real. Before we sign off, just another friendly reminder, and thanks to our sponsors, including doubletakeout.com, as well as curling.gg and endgame.com. Definitely thanks to all of our sponsors. And we'll definitely be back at 10:30. Again, you can catch all of our feature coverage at the MoPac YouTube channel. And all games are streaming at the Curl Vegas YouTube channel. So until next time, this is your host, Ryan Olson, on behalf of all of us here at MoPac, at Curl Vegas, and the people of Clark County, Nevada. This is your and our sponsors, doubletakeout.com, curling.gg, and Endgame. We'll see you at 10:30. Good day and good curling.